Live from Fargo and serving you on TV, online, and on the go. This is Valley News Live at 6.
At this point, not knowing who it is, I'm a little concerned about it being one of my neighbors or somebody that lives around here.
One man is dead after a train truck crash in Clay County. Good evening and thanks for joining us tonight. I'm Robert Hahn. Krista Boehm is off. Deputies say this morning a driver went through the crossing arms at 60th Avenue South near Highway 75 in Moorhead. The driver's vehicle was then struck by the train. Valley News Team's Macy Anger has more on why neighbors say this isn't a surprise.
I thought, oh, there must have been a car hit by a train.
Crews rushed to the scene to find a truck caught under a train, engulfed in flames.
It's sad to see anything like that happen. I'm sure there's family going to be grieving over this.
Witnesses told deputies the driver drove through the crossing arm and was hit by the train, dragging the truck down the track, killing the driver. Clay County Sheriff says officers don't know the circumstances around this crash.
Whether he had a medical condition or something like that, we don't know that.
Neighbors say this isn't the first time they've seen a train crash in their own backyard.
It's fast traffic on this road, and I can see where people, if they're texting or doing some other silly thing, they're not going to see the crossing lights or anything like that.
At the time of the crash, BNSF says the crossing arms were believed to have been down and working.
We do have a couple of good witnesses that, will be interviewed, and we'll probably get a little more information from that too.
Deputies say they'll continue to investigate until they know more. Near Moorhead, Macy Inger, Valley News Live.
BNSF is conducting its own investigation along with the Clay County Sheriff's Department. We'll continue to bring the latest developments on Valley News Live and valleynewslive.com. And coming up on Valley News Live 10 at 10, we will have more information from another witness that saw the whole thing unfold. Well, it was a frosty start to the day here in the Valley, but we saw a pretty nice day with lots of sunshine. But how did tonight and Sunday look? Lisa Green joins us now with more on the weather for the rest of your weekend.
You certainly needed your coat today, Robert, as you're stepping out the door, especially this morning because temperatures dipped down below the freezing mark in a good portion of the Red River Valley. Grand Forks, 29 degrees. That ties the old record that was set way back in the 19th century, 1897, 29 again in Grand Forks, 35 in Fargo. A lot of frosty spots this morning. And when you start off that low, it is hard to warm up sometimes. 59 degrees in Fargo, 57 in Grand Forks. We do have a concern about more frost tonight. That's mainly shifting eastward with our eastern counties in a frost advisory from 1 a.m. to 8 a.m. for tonight. Through the evening hours, expect to see those temperatures in the 50s in the Fargo-Moorhead area, and will continue to be on the clear side. But we've been talking about an active week coming up next week, and maybe even a little bit of rain tomorrow. So we'll focus on that in a few minutes.
All right, sounds good. Thanks, Lisa.
You bet.
All right. A magnitude 7.8 earthquake struck off the southern coast of Japan today, shaking buildings in Tokyo and interrupting subway service, but fortunately caused no major damage or injuries. The epicenter was located 540 miles south of Tokyo in the Ogasawara Islands, according to the U.S. Geological Survey, which initially reported the quake as magnitude 8.5. The quake rattled buildings in the capital for about a minute, briefly shutting down subways. Some people in the city of Hawley are upset with City Hall and the way they are going about choosing a new police chief. This Facebook page has been started called Concerned Citizens for Hawley. A post on the page says, quote, "This page is for the people of Hawley to post their stories of how they have been treated or mistreated by City Hall and the frustrations of the decisions made by those who run the city," end quote. Valley News Live was also told that at the Breakfast on the Farm event in Hawley today, a petition would go around to try to get Mayor Gary Johnson and City Manager Lisa Jetvig out of office. We called the event, but got no response on the petition. Today, many are remembering Gregory L. Weiland. Weiland was shot and killed early Tuesday morning while he was working at a Grand Forks Walmart. He was 70 years old. Weiland's funeral service was this morning at St. Michael's Catholic Church in Grand Forks. His burial at St. Bernard's Catholic Cemetery in Thief River Falls, Minnesota. That's the town where he farmed for many years. Weiland is survived by his wife, 4 children, and 8 grandchildren, along with many nieces, nephews, aunts, uncles, and cousins. A celebration of life was held today for Joey Garsland at the Northern Town Hall in Bemidji. Garsland died after suffering traumatic brain injuries due to an assault outside of Rick's Bar in Fargo. If you were not able to make it to the Celebration of Life, there are still 2 events you can pay your respects at. Tonight from 9 until closing, Vic's Bar in Moorhead will be donating all of their tips made to the Garsland family. Now, if you're unable to attend that, there is another event on June 5th when the aquarium in downtown Fargo will be hosting a benefit concert. What started out as a hopeful day ended with Governor Mark Dayton calling yesterday's negotiations a step backwards. The governor gave up his plan for universal preschool in return for $150 million in additional money going toward education. Dayton says that's a huge concession on my part to try to get this resolved, try to get this wrapped up, to give 10,000 public employees the insurance they're going to have their jobs on July 1st. Although Dayton said he would be available all weekend, he told Capitol reporters he would not walk back into the negotiating room if his spending proposals were not met. Now, there was some positive movement on other bills between both parties, but the education bill continues to be the biggest sticking point. A partnership between universities is getting bigger, and that means more opportunities for students. The board of directors of Tri-College University has voted to add 2 additional campuses. The original partnership included Concordia College, Minnesota State University Moorhead, and North Dakota State University. The new additions are Minnesota State Community and Technical College and the North Dakota State College of Science. Now, this agreement includes a course exchange program, and that allows undergraduate students to take courses outside of their home campus at any one of their partner campuses without paying any additional fees or tuition. Don't quite have breakfast plans yet for tomorrow morning? Well, if not, maybe you should head to some local Main Street restaurants. They're having their annual breakfast tomorrow morning from 8 until 1 in the afternoon. All proceeds from the benefit will go to the American Cancer Society and the Relay for Life of Becker County. There will be 2 options of breakfast that will cost you $6. Option 1 is French toast with sausage links and coffee or milk. Option 2 is a ham and cheese omelet, hash browns, toast, and your choice of coffee or milk. And you might as well go out to lunch while you're at it. Tomorrow at Granite City, if you say that you want to help the organization Rebuilding Together, Granite City will donate 20% of your tab to that organization. Rebuilding Together in the Fargo-Moorhead area is a mission to bring volunteers and communities together to improve the homes and lives of homeowners in need. Rebuilding Together offers home repair and renovation services free of charge to low-income families, and that's with an emphasis on helping the elderly, people with disabilities, and veterans. The Public Works Department would like to notify residents that due to the rising Red River level, Elm Street is closing between 14th and 15th Avenues North. The closure begins today, and crews will continue to monitor the river level and will reopen Elm Street as soon as possible. Starting on Monday, if you're traveling near Detroit Lakes on Highway 9, you're going to encounter a detour between Herman and Morris for a road resurfacing and culvert replacement project. Now, that project will make drivers detour to Highway 27 and Highway 59. Highway 9 will be impassable at times while individual culverts are replaced. That closure is expected to last about 3 weeks. Paving work will continue even after the detour is lifted. Coming up later on Valley News Live at 6, some area folks lay down to relax and try to break a world record at the same time. But first, Lisa Green will let you know how the weather for the rest of your weekend looks.